Right. Right, let's move off Chuck Berry. He's got enough time, the horrible cunt.
Yeah.
Who's your next one?
It's a Danzig song. And weirdly enough, I've been wanting to get Danzig, I won't say on the podcast because he won't answer the phone, on the playlist. And it's unfortunate that he's coming in on a what the fuck were you thinking podcast. But this song is Crying in the Rain, the cover of Crying in the Rain, made famous by a little bit by Everly Brothers, but more so Aha. This is from the 2015 covers album Skeletons, which is disaster.
Painful.
For me. It's actually, it didn't do too badly and it didn't get reviewed
Well,
too badly.
that was his fourth one back in fucking years.
No, because it was the one after the one with Juju Bone on it now. So he had an okay album before.
He done like Danzig 17 or something, didn't he? And then he done
I can't
that
remember the name of it. It's called
Verotica.
Blood Red something. But it was alright. The album was actually alright.
Yeah.
It was only a few years later he decided to do
Verotica is his cartoon that he's made, his movie.
I keep saying Dirty Black Red Summer, but it's Black Red something.
Dirty Black Red Summer.
But anyway, this is an album full of covers, and I was actually excited.
Yes, that was
There's an Elvis cover on it.
Yeah.
There's a Black Sabbath cover on it. Now, the Black Sabbath cover is my most the most I felt disappointed with, because he did nib, whatever way you call it, NIB, Nativity in Black, whatever. It's fucking atrocious, and most of it is because the recording of it is painful. It sounds like you recorded it under a sink.
Yep.
There's the little press under a sink.
Yeah.
Or
one of them sheds you buy in Woodies.
yes,
That's
the
what it
10
sounds like.
sheds
Yeah.
in Woodies.
Yeah. But one, I know he found 3 in the middle of the room.
But the vocals are so high that
Yeah.
they're picking up mostly his scratchy vocals.
Well, I guarantee you, if you read it, it says produced by Danzig. Whenever something sounds like Shy, read the production credits, and you'll always find it's produced by the singer.
So what he does is put his vocals up and everything else
Turn
down.
me up.
Because
Because he's deaf. Turn me up.
some of the music on the album Skeletons is not that bad, and some of the ideas. Do you know what? The faster songs are fine because he gets away with murder in the faster songs because it's got riffs. But it's stuff like Nib and this Crying in the Rain, especially, that are actually painful to listen to. So I'm like, why did you bother doing this, man?
Pointless, yeah. It's pointless. The whole album is fucking shite. It's shite. As is Morrissey's covers album.
Yes.
They're pointless.
Yes. But
There's
I
no
feel
point.
like at least I knew a lot of the songs off this, whereas our Morrissey's one.
Yeah, just pulling shite out of his howl.
You can do a fucking wanky, self-serving a load of songs that only you know.
Yeah.
It's basically like us doing a Lost Gems podcast or something like that. And we will eventually do something like that. Songs that we don't think other people know or whatever, or maybe they do know. Or
I think we might have done that already. Twice.
I don't think really, no.
Did we not?
No, well,
I don't
don't know. But this is I was really disappointed with this. Mainly the production is so... And he's lazy in it.
Oh, yeah.
He's
yeah.
really...
There's no effort in it.
vocals are really lazy.
There's no effort.
To the point where I heard this and went, oh shit, he's done now. His vocals are done.
Well, I thought it was a demo. When I first...
It sounds like a demo. Exactly, yeah.
The first song might have been leaked online. And I don't know what the first song was. So I didn't know who the fuck.
It was, the first one was... Oh, God.
I don't think I knew it anyway. I don't think I knew the song.
I do know.
Whatever was leaked. And I remember listening to it going, that can't be right. Like, that sounds like somebody played it on their phone and another person pressed record on their phone.
Exactly. It sounds like someone's singing over
something like that,
from a phone. It's just...
Yeah. Like, there's a couple of degrees of separation between the actual audio track and what you're listening to it on. That's what it sounded like to me. And then the album actually came out, and everyone sat down and listened to it the day it came out, and everyone...
Do you remember? I remember the day it came out. Loads of people I know, massive Danzig fans, were all like,
what the fuck?
What the fuck is this, mate?
Full on what the fuck, like.
Because this sounds... Whatever about your lack of effort on the songs, because he sounds lazy on them.
Yeah.
And he doesn't... He can go a lot higher when he wants to, and he ducks out of a lot of the high notes, especially on Crying in the Rain. Just, I'll do my crying in the rain. It's like, it drags.
Did you ever see his comeback special? Like, he tried to do the Elvis comeback special, like, live.
I heard about this. The Elvis song on it, I can't remember the name, it's not the worst.
It's fucking
because
mad.
it suited his voice. This doesn't suit his voice at all.
No.
I don't know much about the Everly Brothers original, but I'm a fan of the Aha one. And you're doing Martin Harke, who does have a low enough voice, but then when he goes high, he goes real fucking high. Seamlessly. Danzig skips out all the hard bits and just drags through. Yeah. And it's the last song on the album. It sounds like they should have... First of all, what were you thinking doing this album? But mainly, what were you thinking putting this song on the end of it? Because just could have scrapped it and it would have gotten away with just Nib being the really worst song on it. It's a major disappointment. 2015, I remember it well. And the album after it was shy. Same vocal, same production style.
Yeah.
If he keeps doing this,
he is done. Then he's done. At least he's got the Misfits to fall back on now.
But then I went to watch him singing live, and he's singing high and grand.
Yeah, that's what he says. When he does live gigs, he just shouts, and that's fine.
That gets away with it.
That's fine.
He should have done that with this. Fine. Although if he shouted on this, it would really overpower the music.
Yeah.
So it's
get a fucking proper engineer and producer in, you stupid bastard.
It's one of the most disappointing albums that I was looking forward to. But what's your next one anyway?
Next one is Blondie, The Tide Is High.
Yeah, I don't know why you picked this. Now I don't like this song, but is it a bad move for them?
It's shite.
It is shite.
It's just, it doesn't make sense. Like,
it sounds like a hula song or something.
Well, it's a cover of it's a reggae song, right? It's originally by a band called The Paragons, who were an actual Jamaican band. And the original version of it came out in 1967. This, to me, is just this pandering kind of shite, is what this sounds like.
Yeah, from a band that had, like, real good bangers. Now, I know they were varied in their styles. Yeah,
they jump between punk and disco, and they always found a way of mixing those two kind of genres together. This to me is just kind of club bullshit.
It is a bit of a low point for me. Creatively, first of all, it's a cover. Second of all, it's a cover of a shite song.
Yes.
And thirdly, it's a shite cover of a shite song.
Yeah. Fourthly, it's reggae. Yeah. Which can proper fuck off.
We've made no bounds about it.
Yeah. This is off the album Auto American, which is their 5th studio album, and it came out in 1980. So they did an awful, like, they were floating around for a good while. The band formed in 1974, so they're doing the rounds for a long, long fucking time.
Yeah. I always thought they were English. As a kid, I thought they were English because
there's something weird with her.
Yeah, like this, I think most of the members are from New York.
Obviously, yeah, I think there's something weird with her. I think she's from New York, but she grew up in England. I can't remember. There's some sort of connection there, and I know that they hung out in England an awful lot. Like her and Nancy Spungen, who fucking Sid Vicious quote unquote killed.
Well, we said it on the podcast, so we have to stand by that now.
They were real good mates. Now, I know Nancy, I think, was from New York as well. I don't know if they knew each other beforehand or afterwards or during. I don't know. But, like, Blondie were one of the kind of OG CBGB's bands. You know, they had that, like, they were ingrained into that punk scene. Now, punk back then would have been very... The term would have been loose.
They were putting disco into it and everything.
Yeah. Like, but even...
But especially New York
bands.
Well.
Yeah, because they're dealing with, like, television and stuff like that as well. You know, like, it's when I think of New York...
There's a lot of great stuff in it and a lot of...
Exactly. Talking Heads would have been in there as well. But when I think of New York punk, I think of, obviously, stuff like Ramones and that type of shit. They would have been the people who held on to the moniker for the longest.
Yeah.
But Blondie were happy enough to be born in that scene, not necessarily born in it, but part of that scene in its kind of junior infant stage.
Clearly ready to dump it whenever they felt.
And absolutely ditched it like a hot snot.
Yeah.
As soon as fucking, disco not necessarily came back, but had a little resurgence.
Ditched it like your Lost Prophets fucking singles collection.
Exactly. Straight into the charity shop.
Couldn't even put that in the bin. You'd have to melt that in the bath, wouldn't you?
They pop up in charity shops every now and again.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Do they know they shouldn't be selling them?
Probably not, because it's a charity shop.
But if someone bought them, technically it'd go towards the good of children.
Yeah, and then you could fuck it in the bin.
Yeah.
If you wanted.
So, yeah.
Or you could listen to one or two of the cool songs on Shinobi vs. Dragon Ninja and not tell anyone.
I don't like them. I never liked the band, and I remember meeting them.
Oh, yeah.
Not meeting them, but I saw them in Fibers, the way they walked in. Actually, you know what? It was mainly him. I think they wanted free beer.
Of course.
No, he just wanted free beer. He wasn't expected to pay for drinks in Fibers, New York.
Of course he was.
And they had loads of fans in at the time. I remember being in there going, they look like the biggest pile of pricks I've ever seen. Then I can't remember whether it was a lot of them, but...
So that album, Shinobi vs. Dragon Ninja, there's an original version of that floating around before the record label got the hand on it.
Stay away from that guy, you'll be putting on a list.
Oh, yeah, I know. Yeah.
On a list.
Yeah, I don't have it. I don't even have the other one. But that album, that done real well for them, there's an original version of it where it's just more of a metal, straight up metal, kind of hardcore-y, punky, whatever bullshit, scene start, fucking emo, shite, whatever. Like more straight ahead, just guitars, bass, drums, screaming and shouting. And then all that fucking kind of little bit of synthesizer and DJ scratching, you kind of shit start getting big. And the label wants them to go back and layer all that back in on top of it. And that's the one that made the money. But apparently there's a version of that doing the rounds.
I tell you,
no, I don't care.
There's a long road from Shinobi. What was it?
Shinobi versus Dragon Ninja.
Shinobi versus Dragon Ninja to Watkins versus the people.
Yeah.
But to be honest with you, and I'm not going to lie,
doesn't matter.
I never ever liked this band, and I'm so because I have a history of liking people that turned out ropey.
Yeah.
But
and your Gary Glitter tattoo.
Jesus, I forgot about that.
On your hole.
Where else? Yeah. What we talk about, Blondie?
Blondie, yeah.
You know what the gas thing is? I obviously was born way after Blondie had
peaked.
And the more I go back, I like early Blondie stuff like War Child and even the 80s stuff. And then it gets to stuff like this.
Yeah, and again, this is from 1980, but it's a weird sore point.
Yeah, I always thought this was later.
No, it's so do I, yeah. But it's just kind of Afro-Caribbean shy. Like with the steel drum and the
like they tried rap on.
Oh yeah.
Rapture.
She was very interested in rap,
and it didn't sound too bad when she rapped. But yeah, like they that's a finger in every pie band.
Yeah, that's also Debbie Harry played the taxi dispatcher in GTA Vice City.
That's right. Yeah. And she's on the radio. You can hear her on the radio station as well.
She's on one of them, I think. For some reason, I always end up with the Grand Theft Auto facts about bands and songs.
Well,
and I don't even play Grand Theft Auto.
To be fair, Grand Theft Auto has come up a good bit because when Vice City and San Andreas came out, they sucked up so many bangers and also underlying bangers that we loved.
Yeah.
And it brought them out to the light. So it
was important as well.
It's worth mentioning, yeah.
But yeah, for a band that were essentially a punk and a new wave band, that obviously, as we said, dabbled in loads of different styles of music, this is just cheap. I know it's a cover, but it's cheap and it taints them in my eyes from being like a real proper band. Who's your next one?
This song is atrocious.
Here we go.
This is Welcome to My World.
Oh, no.
Guns N' Roses' My World from the 1991 album Use Your Illusion 2. This is the last track on the album, and one funny fact I'll get out of the way quickly, Izzy Stradlin had no idea this song even existed until he listened to this album when it came out. They didn't even tell him about it because they probably said to him, I think, no, what happened was he knew it existed. I think they were playing around with messing and it ended up, they were on mushrooms when they wrote it.
And he was like, no, I'm not having it.
No, but like I just think he thought it was a joke that wasn't going to be put on the album, but it's Axl and it ended up there. This song is a very strange little short song. You know what it sounds exactly like? It sounds exactly like Dave Mustaine from P-Cells singing over a track from Pretty Hate Machine by Nine Inch Nails.
It's pretty bad.
Now, what we know is that is actually almost why. No, it is. That's not a coincidence that it sounds like that. I was nearly burned a hole in that hell. Just really trying to stop this fire happening. It's an actual big fire. Should we just let a big fire happen?
Let's not. I nearly burnt me fucking arm there.
Shit.
On the candle. We're putting out a fire. I'm going to leave this in the podcast.
Actually, fire. Yeah, I'm going to leave that on. Speaking of big fires, welcome to my world.
You want to happen to my world.
What do you mean, Adam? But it has this bass line, which actually sounds like the bass line from... it sounds exactly like a bit of Army of Me by Björk. Yeah. But you know what the gas thing, if they had stuck to it and kept with it, but it just veers off to just porn noises, sex noises and stuff like that. Now, I dug a little bit deeper because I had to know more about this song. Axl Rose, at the time, in 1991, was a giant Nine Inch Nails fan.
Okay.
And to the point where he went, I want them supporting Guns N' Roses. Yeah. Now, at the time, you remember from the documentary on Netflix, Defiant Ones?
Yep.
How much of a fucking businessman, but I don't give a fuck guy Trent Reznor was. It must have been a hard decision for him to go, right, I'll do some gigs with Guns N' Roses, but also it's a brilliant idea as well as a businessman.
Well, we talked about this before as well. There is a connection. We done this on one of the Patreon podcasts, actually. With the connection between the connection between Nine Inch Nails and Guns N' Roses over You Could Be Mine for the Terminator 2 soundtrack.
They are those two bands are strangely linked. We've like I said, we've covered a lot. We won't go too much into the Robert Friesen stuff. So he was so into them. He sent Matt Sorum out. I think he goes, listen, just here's the card. Go out and buy me like whatever big. I'm so into Nine Inch Nails. I want to know more.
Whatever gear they use, get me.
No. Albums like that.
Oh.
So we brought back to the studio something like front 242 and Skinny Puppy and stuff like that. And Axl was apparently just lapping this up, going, "This is the future." So apparently they recorded this. Apparently they were all in a great mood, like a fun mood when they recorded this and stuff like that. Things were going quite well. And